Okay, dear ones, now we are back to our new session of history. We have completed our first lesson. What was our first lesson? That is about Christianity. Now we are going to study second lesson, that is of Islam. So all of you take out your second lesson. Okay, what about Islam? All of you know something about Islam. Okay, Islam arose in Arabian Peninsula. In Arabian countries, Islam began, and which is a vast desert lying between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. That Arabian Peninsula, where is it locates, its position is a vast desert lying. This is something between Red Sea and Persian Gulf. That is the place where we can clearly, if we say so, peninsula, where we can find peninsula is in between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. So, between the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. Okay, and now since ancient times, Arabia was inhabited by varying tribes of nomadic people. Arabia, in Arabian countries, what type of people were living? They were something like a warlike people, and they not only warlike people, they lived in a small group in different part of a desert area, and their life was very hard. When we are living in a desert area or a forest, we can understand that they were leading a very hard life. Sometimes they have to fight with wild animal, and sometimes other tribes of people, and sometimes to the nature itself they have to fight, like if they are living in a desert area, what severe hot and severe cold in night, these all the things that made that people's mind something like hard, stubborn. Okay, and these people were superstitious and believed in many gods. These Arabian people, early Arabian people, they worshipped many gods, and they had many superstitious. And why? What is the reason behind? Because they were illiterate people, and whatever they saw, they got some, or they gave some imagination to it, apply some imagination to that natural thing, and they believed and gave them a heroic image. They worship ideals, and also black stone kept in the shrine called the Kaaba in town of Mecca. They have worshipped a black stone which is kept in Mecca. That is name is Kaaba. In the 7th century AD, Arab tribes were united under a new religion called Islam. We can say so. When it is Islam begins in 7th century AD only, not before that. And before that, there was not so such kinds of Islam. We can say so. Islam begins from 7th century AD. The Arab tribe, before there was, they were known as Arab tribes. They were united under the new religion. That religion is known as Islam. Now, advent of Islam. Advent of Islam. Early life of Prophet. Now we can see so. The founder of Islam. Who was the founder of Islam? That is a Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is the founder of Islam, and he was born in Mecca around 570 AD. When it was he was born in Mecca. It is there. When was his birth? It was near around 570 AD. And orphaned early life, that is a very pathetic situation. He was an orphan, and he had no parents, and so He was orphan in life from very early life onwards. He was brought up by his uncle, by an uncle. Then who was his guardian? His guardian. He was his uncle, and that uncle was looked after him. And his journeys with the caravans carrying merchandise to distant lands. And he was a businessman. And he started his journey from place to places by using his caravan. Using his caravan. That caravan was carrying his goods. Okay, do you understand? Early time their transportation was not so developed, so people used a caravan to carry their material from one place to another place for a business purpose. Our Prophet Muhammad also had one caravan. He was carrying merchandise to distant land. Muhammad came to know about the Christian, Jewish religion. He was impressed by their belief in one God. And while while doing business or traveling from place to place, he was he got touch with Christianity as well as Jewish religion. When we learn of what? When we learn of different things, I mean when we visit different places, then we may get a good ideas. Then good ones we will absorb it, bad ones we will avoid it. That is what the secret of education, isn't it? So when people are traveling from place to place, we may meet with the good people as well as bad people, and this all will impress our life. And that is what the scholars are usually they use it to travel from place to place to know about about to know what to their other people's culture, custom, and such kinds of things. So here also comes about who come to know our Prophet Muhammad come to know about Christian and Jewish religion, and he was impressed by their belief in one God. What was impressed to him? Impressed to him, it was to believe in one God. And now let us see divine revelations. At the age about 40, near about 40 years, Muhammad is said to have started receiving divine message through the angel Gabriel. From the age of 40, our Prophet Muhammad started to receive messages from angel. That angel's name is Gabriel. Angel Gabriel gave or enlightened Muhammad by giving new messages. These messages were believed to be God's words. What was this message? This message was to believe to be God's words, and were later compiled in the compiled in the Quran, the holy book of Islam. And this was these beliefs, whatever message he got from angel Gabriel, these all the things he compiled, written in the Quran, the holy book of Islam. This Quran, what is the holy book of Islam? That all of you knows us, that is Quran. And soon after receiving the first message, Muhammad began to